All right. I think everything's good to go here. Looking, checking. Yeah, no, we should be good. Cool. All right, let's get into the game. Sorry, I'm a little late. The round did just officially start. I was trying to plan something for my wife, and I got all that taken care of. What do you mean try? I did. Anyway. She's a FNAF fan, so I was just getting us sorted with tickets for the movie tomorrow. That was one of her things growing up, you know, so might as well let her enjoy it. Let me make sure it's Blue 4 and Op 4 real quick. I'm like 99% sure it is based off of what I read, and yep, I'd be correct. All right, we're going to set a 15-minute prediction for this one. Fire that one up, and I'll let you guys go ham. This does mean, though, I need to tell Dream I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I misspelled Orca. Ah, you made me look blurred. Fair enough. But there will be no streams on Friday, tomorrow. I will be doing a full swath of weekend streams, and we'll be getting back into our full schedule on Monday. Speaking of, I'll message Razor and Dream after this. And then we got Pog tonight as well, though.
Depends if you want the enemy to see you.
Looking at our lovely players here. Let me go ahead and open up the document here, and we'll have a look at everything. Alright. It is a nighttime only operation. It is French versus Spanish. French on Blue 4, Spanish on Op 4. There are only 3 common objectives in play. All are worth 2 points, and they are as follows. Capture Cav de... Capture place in 50 minutes. It's this one.
Time for Christmas time, spooky Pog. Thanks for the streams with you.
Capture Cave del Pradil at the 50-minute mark. Capture Trenta at the 70-minute mark, and capture Korska Bella at the 90-minute mark. Each one is worth 2 points, so whoever is basically able to have 2 of the 3 sectors at any given time will win the game. It is a nighttime air assault sort of scenario. Oh my god. Well, this is going to be interesting. I'm re-tabbing out on everything because all we need to see here is our French forces. Looks like we got a mix of HK-416s, some mini-me's. But look at this transport here. So they got 4 cars, 2 LAVs with Crow 50 cal systems, and then some unarmed MRAPs. We do see some AT-4s in play. It's the French variant of them because it has that slightly different texture. They also all have ACOGs and night vision. I saw some GL rails for, I think, 320 systems.
Liru, stop jabbering and start commenting.
I'm trying, Seeker! But yeah, alright, so there's the 320 system, and I think it's only AT-4s from what I can see, but that is pretty much what Blue 4's main infantry force has. They also have an air assault force. Air assault force has carbines instead. I don't see any suppressors here, but they're still all magnified optics. And then I'm trying to see if there's any weaponry on the helicopters, but it doesn't look like it. These are purely transports. They do have cameras, though, so they can be used for nighttime recon, and they're also loading some spare supplies in those vehicles. Let's go ahead and look at the Spanish forces here. Their main infantry assault force. They've done their best to really vary the kits here. Looks like both sides also have sniper teams, because we do have a 50 cal right there. We see some AT-4s in play, some G36s. And then they got HK-121s there.
Just wanted to thanks for all the content
Or there
that's
might be an
helped me
MG5.
smile through tough times. Hope you have a wonderful holidays.
So the Spanish guys, they don't have any Crow systems on it. It's just the autocannon, so I wonder if that's going to make a difference. But everyone's got magnified optics and night vision, so Blue 4 have to have a sniper team as well, or at least the option of one. And then for their air assault force, they're only doing 1 squad. They have a reskin of the same helicopter. Do I dare scroll in? Yeah, that was worth it. Anyway, so the Spanish are Gooners today. Lovely. Let's go ahead and look at our AOs here. All right, so I don't think there's anything modified here. It's literally just the regular areas on Panthera here. So we've got the cave area, which is right here. I don't even know where the cave technically is, but hey, c'est la vie. Second AO in the middle. Pretty much this little set of buildings. We do have massive ridges all around them, though, which is where those magnified optics come in. And then our final area, which is this little factory area. Again, you've got nice little Overwatch positions, but you're still going to need some forces on there. You want me to go back? Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Anyway, I'm going to just pan my camera over here while I, Okay, well, now I can't go back because they're playing copyrighted music. So what I'm going to creatively do is mute myself on TeamSpeak, and then we can go back. So, anyway, as I give you guys a view, I'm going to go ahead and go through some of the OBS stuff here. So, first off, Sly Glitches, thanks for the 52-month resub. I am excited for what Pog might come out for Christmas, but we do have a few other operations in the works. Mr. Seeker, thanks for the 11-month resub. I will continue to jabber as much as I want. And Iowa Reaper, thanks for the 29-month resub. I hope everything I do helps you get through your tough times. That goes for everyone, too. I'm just here to entertain you guys. Nonetheless, hope you all keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. What website do I need to stream this, by the way? Hey, Seeker, I got some ideas for your, stuff. Anyway. Quick order of operations, Seeker, by the way, with what I need to tell you. Your op is, like, going through the list of things I have to develop. I have Revy's next Tau operation I gotta develop. That's for this weekend. I've got something for Gondor on Sunday morning at, like, 3 a.m., and then yours is third in line. I'm hoping to run it sometime next week. But I will let you know. That's just the order of operations I have for client work at the moment. Anyway, we'll see what both sides pull here. To be honest, this is completely unpredictable. It just depends on what side goes where. I'm surprised it's not super dark, but at the same time, I understand why it's not super dark, because people are going to miss PID the hell out of each other and then complain. And then I was told by the mission dev that if there's too many complaints because too many people kill each other because they don't know how to PID to save their damn lives, there will never be another op like this again. Which is classic for Arma players. All they do is fucking complain, you know what I mean? Is that Selena Gomez on the billboard? No, I think that's just an AI-generated thing, knowing Icebreaker, who is the map dev for Panthera. Then again, this map might have been made it before AI were a thing. So he might have just found random images and spliced them in, now that I think about it. Anyway, betting is still going to be live for another 7 minutes. That's probably going to be how long it takes for both sides to deploy. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone, all my American viewers at least, had a happy Thanksgiving. I know it's been a little while, but I'm a little late on telling everyone about that. But nonetheless, for everyone else, I hope you're doing okay, and if you're not, I hope your life gets better. These past few weeks for me personally have been hell, but I'm starting to get out of it. That's why we'll go back to our full-time normal schedule, I want to say Monday. You got snow? Nice. Why do you just see anime tits on the screen right before it loaded? 'Cause why not? Twitch is full of gooners. I also need to start streaming on Kick soon. Because there's no more moral high ground to be on for not streaming on Kick. So, might as well expand to that. I can talk to old peeps. He can help me out with that. I don't know. We'll probably have a Kick chat window here and a normal one there. Maybe even add to YouTube. Maybe put everything on, like, the far right panel over here, so we don't get in the way of this interface, because that's also where the Zeusing interface would also display information, but I'll have to be creative with where I decide to put things. Maybe on the bottom left and bottom right, that's where we got some blank spaces. You don't need to know those viewpoints there. I love pumpkin pie. Pumpkin and pecan pie. What about you, Io? What's your favorite pie? Nonetheless, we've got the Blue 4 helicopter already deploying. Op 4's helicopter is landing to pick up their commander, it looks like. Speaking of, Depso is commanding Blue 4, Op 4 being commanded by Z. Z I've been seeing step up recently to command in Friday Night Fights. But, I mean, Depso we see command all the time in all PvP communities we cover them in. Cherry? Nice. That's a good one. Honestly, any pie is good. Sweet or savory. Yep, chicken pot pie is also pretty good. You gotta get the right consistency, though. Too wet and it's too goopy. Not enough moisture and it dries everything out and it tastes awful. But not hard. Alright, so Blue 4, it looks like they are fully garrisoning the first objective with almost all of their force. I think I know what Blue 4's plan is. It's probably going to be put everything on the first objective. When that cashes in, pull everything to the third objective. Op 4, though, I'm going to be honest, because of everyone's magnified optics and this really nice terrain, if Blue 4 doesn't put Overwatch forces on these ridges, and they allow for Op 4 to take them, I think Op 4 would pretty much be able to snipe anybody in the AO. And you have to remember, there are autocannons on both sides today. So if an IFV gets up into an overwatching position, it's pretty much GG, because the only AT either side have are short-range AT4s. They'd have to then run a force up to the ridge to get within, like, you know, 500 meters. And that's beyond the optimal range of an AT4, which is usually, like, what, 250, 300? At that point, you have to guess, but because there's such a lack of AT, the only thing that can destroy the IFE would be your own IFE. But positioning it when it's on a ridge would be very difficult. Are the Blue 4 marksmen going in the wrong direction? No, I think they're trying to set up Overwatch positions around the AO here. Oh, okay, both sides also have AT launchers in the form of Milans. Okay, that evens it out. What does concern me, though, is we do have one Overwatch position right here with the Milan launcher. Also, these are really steep ridges in certain angles, so these are going to be very difficult to place. But if Op 4's marksmen were to come in, that would be pretty funny if they would then get an ambush on that group. But we see them driving away now. But this is definitely going to be a lot of long-range fighting. That's why you also have designated MG machine gun groups and whatnot. But you got MGs and marksmen for everything, too. On top of air assault groups, which is nice. But yeah, you do see these two groups, they're coming around. What does concern me is, are these the IFEs? So Blue 4 is going to send both of their IFEs on a massive drive around. But so is Op 4. Okay, both commanders are thinking the same strategy. That's very rare to see, but I mean, this is a giant island, so there's not a lot of room to maneuver, but yeah, interesting. Blue 4 trying to get Overwatch. Oh, they're doing a parachute from the helicopter. There they go. One of them just opened way too early. He's going to be spending at least 5 or 10 minutes up there. All right, we're going to do a pancake check, by the way. Will any players fail their pancake check? Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, they will. And that was the squad leader. Oh, there's always one. Yep, you're absolutely right. There is always one pancake. I'd rather you open your chute too early than too late, because if you're too early, at least you have a chance to survive. If you do it too late, nah, fam. Gotta be careful when landing in water, too, because it does glitch out the parachute a little bit. It causes it to stay on physics sometimes, so it'll just stay there, and if you get close to it, it'll interact with you in a very negative way. 50-50, you even survive at that point. Op 4, meanwhile, attempted. Okay, they attempted to do a fast roping. Damn, the ground has 1 KIA and 3 additional casualties so far. The ground has the highest kill count so far. But it looks like Op 4 medics are working on him. We do have the Blue 4 IFVs coming in, though, but you know, anything's possible. I did see a tracer round go up, so maybe Blue 4 was shooting at their own helicopter in confusion. But yeah, this guy's still in the AO, but he's about to land. Okay, so it was only about 4 or 5 minutes. However, if he lands on a tree, he's also going to kill himself. But it looks like he's maneuvering it on purpose. He's landing on the building. Okay. That's not a bad idea. If you have like a total flat top area that you can't normally access, deploying on it would be a viable strategy if it wasn't for the fact that there's a massive amount of ridges around the AO with magnified optics and you'd easily be able to get shot. Here's what I'm waiting on. This is an IFV. It stands for Infantry Fighting Vehicle. This is a group of infantry. They're all currently medicing themselves because they tried to do a fast rope and it failed. Who do you think would win in this situation? An infantry fighting Oh, wait. Nope, they're deploying units early. Come on, get on the ridge. Get on the ridge. But anyway, who do you think is going to win this fight? The infantry or the infantry fighting vehicle? Just say your answer in chat for me. The infantry or the infantry fighting vehicle? And one of them just misfired. So now the infantry know that there's something over there. Will they tell the infantry fighting vehicle? Now they're going up a ridge. Please tell me one of you chuckleheads notice it. Oh, please, God, come on. Forward. Straight. Literally ahead of you. The lid. Stop looking in the sky. Focus on your surroundings. Let the crow system focus on the sky. Please. The lid. The lid. The fucking lid. It literally. It's an open ridge. You have them dead to rights. Just scout. Just scout. Just look forward. What do you... Oh, my God. I'm going to... Yeah, no, no. Stop looking in the sky. Look in front. Look at the ridges. You have them... Oh, wait. The crow looked. I think the crow saw him. The crow noticed. What are you doing? Backing up? Just... What are you doing? Get behind the tree, you idiot. Just forward. Just aim the... I'm backseating so hard right now. You. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can still get half of them. You can still get half of... They've noticed you. Please. At least give me 2 or 3 kills here. You have them dead to rights. Shoot them. You know where your infantry is. Thank you. Thank you. Look, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, look, they hear a helicopter. They're trying to ID the helicopter to see if it's friendly or not. That's why they're all looking in the air going like, ooh, spooky noises. And then they see an infantry squad ahead of them, and then they want to verify, okay, let's just make sure that's not an enemy, right? Okay, cool. Now let's kill them. Now we've got 2 IFVs in the AO. And we've got an infantry squad on the top of a ridge, and we can then maneuver that up while it's covered by an IFV, because the second one is in another position to now flank behind the ridge. Okay. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Now, it helps if the IFV hits the infantry. That's definitely a plus. But it's far away. It's far away. Schrodinger's player. He's both alive and dead at the same time because the IFV should have him dead to rights. But the IFV's like, nah. What if they're friendly? What if they're friendly, guys? I bet it's just a massive amount of mispiding at this point. But, I mean, the IFVs are really well placed to cover these areas. But then you got Op 4's IFVs down as well. Alright, so this is simple. You got one IFV covering this area. When OPFOR moves in, that IFV can then support, have these infantry dead to the rights. The other IFV moves with this infantry group, and they hunt these guys down. I'm gonna be honest with you, though. This is on a technical concern. These are NR players. Not the most aggressive. They are usually a little on the slower side to maneuver. Now, you give them a good position, they can overwatch things to high hell. So if they get on this ridge, they can definitely help defend against whatever's coming here, especially with that IFE. But have them fight against units that are now maneuvering away from them? I don't see that happening. Alright, Blue 4 almost snipes OPFOR ground command here, who has a -1 infantry kill. How'd he get it? I don't know. Now these guys are maneuvering in the open of the IFE again, and there we go, Schrodinger's player. He's both alive and dead at the same time. So this squad is getting pretty much piecemealed here. Now you got the OPFOR IFE shooting at the helicopter. That's a hit. That's another hit. Engine's going down. No, that's the ocean, Frank. You don't want to go into the ocean. He jumps. You have a parachute? Yes, he does. Okay, never mind. He's Mission Impossible, man. All right. Good for him. All right, so OPFOR have lost most of an air assault squad. Their ground command is pinned, but I don't think NR are going to be the type to move in and actually finish the job. No offense to them. It's just I've watched them so many times in PvP events. They're more slow on the maneuver. That other infantry guy that woke up just got killed. Maybe this pilot is going to come in and single-handedly kill ground command. Little hard on that landing. We see a little bit of blood. He came at it on an angle. What does he have? Does he have like an MP7? Does he have a good submachine gun? Come on, buddy. I believe in you. Yeah, he's got an MP7. So at night, he can literally just jump these players. However, he does have OWO here that might have seen that parachute. OWO has him dead to rights. Never mind. Ground command dodging more HE fire. But will OWO get the kill? Command still running for his life. Come on, Frank. Frank did not look to his right to see the enemy infantry, but he might be able to get away because of defilade. Da-dun. Da-dun. Dun 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 dun. I love that. I actually love that. That was a PID issue, which is totally fine considering they didn't know if it was a friendly or enemy pilot that went down, and OWO had to verify if it was. And then once he had returned fire, he immediately took him out with a GL. That is what I love to see in fights like these where we do have PID obfuscated. I know some players hate this type of fighting. I love this type of fighting because it doesn't turn into who can outright gun someone down who first. It's who can identify the enemy first, because if you get it wrong, you're only making it worse for your own team. That's why people get so salty about it, because you have so many hotshot players that just want to gun everybody down. Won't take those 2 seconds to PID, and then they end up on the losing team because they're a bunch of team killers. But then those hotshots complain because they can't circle jerk themselves about being the best player when they have the lowest kill count because they have a bunch of friendly fire kills. Which is why they bitch. And you know me, I love seeing those types of tiers on my channel. Nonetheless. All right, so we got both IFEs still over here. Looking at the other AO, by the way, OFCRA, they're sending up a little bit of infantry kind of around to set up marauding positions, but they do have a big chunk set up at the second position. You already do have Blue 4 starting to snipe at these forces here, and you do have this transport right here. I'm not sure if the Milan can get on an angle from the top of this ridge to take it out, though. You can see they've armored themselves quite a bit with the Milan, though. Ouch. They got it hidden over here so it's not exposed so they don't get sniped, but they can pull it out at a moment's notice. But again, with that ridge, it would be really hard to work with. Just heard the sniper fire. Ah, so he's firing at the Milan position now. Yeah, he sees them skylining. Miss. 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 Oh, he's trying to mag dump the Milan, but his rounds are... Interestingly enough, they were going a little completely everywhere. He's trying to destroy this turret, though. That's not a bad idea, and it looks like Lolo noticed it and immediately backpacks it so it doesn't take any more damage. But he is up a kill, so I think he did kill one of the guys down in the ridge. Now they're trying to disable their vehicle. I do like this isolinear warfare we're seeing, though. Instead of going for kills, they're just trying to disable this team's equipment, because if they can stop them from running around, he immediately gets hit. Had to have been a glancing shot, though. That 50 cal would have taken him out otherwise. But if they disable the Milan, then this team is useless. If they disable this team's ability to drive around, then they're going to pretty much be pinned on this hill and be out of play for the rest of the game. It's smart. And these guys are in such a bad position. If these guys try to move, they're going to get shot at. Lolo isn't too pinned, but these three are definitely pinned in this position. I'm going to be honest, I feel like one of the IFEs should have come over to assist with this assault. Because you're not doing any favors bringing them both together like this, I'm going to be honest. It's just going to attract more attention. Yeah, you get double the firepower, but the IFEs are definitely more so precision-based weapons at the moment. Green chem light. I do love how the crew here has gotten out. Sam, he is one of the veteran vehicle players. He might have just identified where the enemy was. They're going to poke out, probably put 5 or 6 shots. In this case, you want to aim for disabling the turret first. Once the turret's disabled and there's no risk back to you, then you can mag dump the chassis and kill him. Unless you specifically know where the driver in this vehicle is and you are 100% confident that your rounds are going to be able to penetrate the vehicle and kill the driver, then obviously aim for the driver first because you just need 2 shots. But if you can't pull that off, then nah, just disable the gun first. It only takes like 5 to 6. Looks like OFCRA, they're going to pull out of this position. They're instead going to hold the second position, and they're trying to send an assault force to get the third. Blue 4 have most of their eggs on the first position, and then a double squad with both IFEs to try to cover the third. There's the IFE going off. They were able to get some solid hits, but it looks like it wasn't enough to disable the turret, and the vehicle immediately pulled away. What the second vehicle needs to do now is reposition on a flanking area to try to then isolate where that vehicle is, and when it pokes out again, immediately tap it. Or at the very least, if the crew of the Blue 4 vehicle get out to try to PID and look for the other vehicles, then this vehicle is already there, watching that area, ready to gun them down, and at least it can get crew kills. But like I said, no favors are being given if both of the vehicles stay in the exact same spot. That is just asking them to get blown up, because this position's already dialed in by this vehicle crew. I'm doing all right, Ian. Hope you're doing okay, too. Who's winning? I would argue Blue 4 is, but if Op 4 can figure out how to destroy this IFV, Op 4 can then bulldoze this position. But if we're talking pure placement, technically Blue 4, but I honestly think they're completely outgunned on this AO. So we just had a miss PID here with NR, shooting their own guy. IFVs are now returning fire on this ridge. Now what needs to happen is that IFV needs to get into contact with this IFV to then have them come up on this ridge and then start laying suppressive fire on whatever vehicle remains. And these guys need to find their wounded guy. Coordination between assets is very important when it comes to PvP like this, and it's something that you might not even see, because communication in Arma 3 is very difficult. So OO, after killing that pilot, I can't believe I have to say that unironically, by the way. He's trying to find positions to snipe some of these remaining players. But this gets cashed in at the 50-minute mark, and it was an 8-minute save start. So this has to get to 58 before this is cashed in. Which means that position is not getting any support for at least another 30 minutes, because you also have to factor in transit time. Which means Op 4 have 30 minutes to clear this garrison out. I'm going to be honest, that's more than possible, because it's only defended by 6 dudes. You got an Overwatch team kind of marauding around up here. Why did you just... Oh. I was about to say, what did they just Arma this guy on to make him ragdoll so far? Now these guys got to be careful, because if they skyline, they're going to get taken out. There's a player named... Oh, yeah, he's... His name is literally OO, okay? I can't do anything about what they name themselves, all right? The only time I intervene is if someone has a word in their name that I know will probably get me in trouble with Twitch. And I politely ask, hey, can you just change one letter in there? Just obfuscate one letter and I'm good. Twitch is weird with its do's and don'ts. I can't gamble. Twitch can gamble. I can't say 2 or 3 types of words, yet I can shock my dog on stream. I'm also the wrong gender, so I can't SH anybody. But if I was a woman, then I could. It's weird. It's weird how Twitch works. Oh well. I'm gonna stay niche, it's fun. Plus, I don't have to deal with the normal bullshit. All I have to make sure is I don't do anything that pisses off the AI that, or the AI algorithm. No, it's an AI by now at this point. That screens everything. But, you know, it is what it is. So where did that second IFV maneuver to? Or did they dismount? Because now what we need to see is that, okay, yep, so it's gone on the left side. It's looking along the ridges, but they still need to keep that position pinned down. I know it's not pinned down, because we see people getting up from this area where this IFE still is, and he's not getting shot at immediately. But Sam definitely saw where this one vehicle is, so now all they need to do is find a position where they can pull out, probably over here. Go forward, look right, put 10 shots in that thing, and immediately pull back before the other IFE pokes up. Now they have him pinned down. because a few suppressive shots just went out. And now this IFE is effectively pinned. So what these guys need to do is then talk to the other IFE to come up and start linking at them. And then when they take fire, they then go up and shoot. That's a hit. Engine is probably down. Nope. So the other chopper that went down, it took 2 hits. That one only took 1. So its engine is definitely yellow. Quite possibly even red, but not enough to fully take it out. Another slight concern with this positioning is OFCRA Ground Command himself is on this ridge. In between Blue 4 lines. Blue 4 are slowly sweeping this entire area out. You got OO over here, still overwatching. Oh, OFCRA Command just got spotted. He pulls back. I wonder if they're going to then coordinate with the other IFE to potentially shoot this guy, because he is wounded. I doubt it, though. And now we're just going to have a stalemate, because OFCRA have no interest in the first position. They're actually pulling additional forces potentially to the 3rd position, knowing that the 2nd position is secured. Because it's a matter of, can Blue 4 then, in those 20 minutes, move to this position and take it? The answer is no. There's too many ridges in the way. There's too much movement restriction. 20 minutes, no. But they can get over here in 40. This is definitely going to be a slow game because there's not really any need for either side to engage where each other's strong points are. It's just going to be a bit of a tug-of-war between IFEs here. Z can hear the IFE on the move. It's basically coming around. I would be really interested to see if this other IFE came up like right here and then really got a good overwatch position going for these guys. Oh, killing. It's more so because some of them are Sims. Righto, Ian. I hope it works out for you. Frontiers of Pandora is getting a 2.0 update. Which one is that, Gondor? Because when I hear Pandora in Arma terms, that reminds me of an old map from way back when. There was this sci-fi map that came out that based itself off of the Avatar movie, because, you know, same name, Pandora, the planet, the map. But Ubisoft Avatar game? Gotcha. I would be really curious to see if they ever remastered the Pandora map for Arma 3 into Arma 4. That would be something. And then there's a few mods I would remaster to get all the assets in from Avatar. Chat, I have a question. If I had a few $100 laying around, and Arma 4 comes out, and it's everything that we can, you know, do with it. All right, looks like OO got spotted and immediately gunned down as he tried to sneak in. That's unfortunate. Yeah. I thought they were shooting up at Z, but no, that was just the one OFCRA guy there, so that's going to spook this garrison. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If I had a few $100 to spend, and we could get those 8 or 9 foot blue people, is OFCRA going to get killed by his own command? Oh, that would be funny as hell. All right, suppressive fire opening up. They just killed one of the guys. Hold up, action's kicking off. 2 blue 4 are immediately killed off. Skull is on. Oh, I see. All right, Fluffers told OFCRA where blue 4 was. That's not good. OFCRA beginning their attack. They got the other force across the ridge here to the neighboring ridge. I should have said valley. But now they're going to start hitting this position with IFE support. But I really want to see this blue 4 IFE get up here and potentially snipe at a few things. But anyway, my point is, would you like to see an op where we do Avatar the right way and we get that unobtainium? We blow up that big-ass tree, we destroy that other smaller tree, we absolutely massacre the traitors. Milan just got launched, and it missed, by the way. It was going for this vehicle, but that's going to be enough to make it wave off. I appreciate that these guys called in a Milan support squad, but they should have been... Where are the cons with the other IFE, you know? But anyway, my point is, Should we go and massacre the blue people for that unobtainium? In Arma 4, by the way, because I don't think I'd be able to get anything commissioned for Arma 3 anymore without some pretty steep prices. I'd rather let it get popular again, let supply brought back up. You want to be a blue guy? Okay. All right, here's the deal. If I get a full roster, obviously my call sign's going to be Papa Dragon, all right? We got to make it movie accurate. But if we get a full air assault roster, I would gladly let a few of you play as blue people with bows and arrows. Absolutely. So I think that second launch missed, but they're getting a few shots here. But it just doesn't seem to be too effective. Blue 4 down to a 3-man garrison in this building. Op 4 have 2 full squads, 1 on Overwatch, 1 clearing, and then Command also clearing from the rear. Look, the amount of scripting you have to do for something like Avatar: The Last Airbender to make that in Arma 3, it's not worth it. At that point, go play an Avatar: The Last Airbender game, okay? Anything that requires me to, like, just pick up my phone, call Web Knight up and go, hey, I need you to make something for me. And he's going to go, okay, currently the wait list is 2 years. But Web Knight, Arma 4 will be out. I know. Go find somebody else. Click. The Battle Mage mod. Here's the thing, though. Past 10 players with a bunch of AI running around, those mods get very, very unstable. Not with, like, server connection and whatnot, but the syncing of the effects between players and AI. Dream ran an op with it once. Like, I want to say a year ago, give or take. It was fun. We were basically a D&D party doing quests, but it was very desyncy. Not in a server way, but in a I don't even know what the fuck is going on way. Oh, hey, look, the other IFE noticed. Helicopter just got shot at. I don't think he survived. No, he did, because his hands are still on it. Okay, so the vehicle, that's the parachute, quote-unquote, because technically in Arma terms, it's a vehicle. It got disabled from cook-off, or not cook-off, but splashed from the autocannon. So that's why he's invisible on our map right now. He'll reappear when he hits the ground. I thought he got sniped midair. But no, otherwise his hands would be down. He wouldn't be holding on to it. Other helicopters in play. This IFE's shooting at it. This would be a perfect opportunity for this vehicle to then come up with the Milan to take it out. Oh, this one got published 10 days ago? Okay, link it to me, Gondor. I'll take a look. Op 4 now trying to set a rear Milan AT launcher crew back here. They could snipe the other AT crew there, but no, they're repositioned. They might even be out of ammo. But we still have this Blue 4 assault coming in. So this IFE is trying to range in the autocannon on some of the infantry on this ridge. Because the IFE has completely run away. But okay, if it's something that was published within the past like 10 or 20 days, I have to then take a look at it because it might be better. You never know. I think Blue 4 tried to fire an AT shot at it, but it has a maximum arming distance. That was what, right here? So we check the map. Yeah, about 850 meters. That tracks. Because the aimed range of an AT4 is usually around 250, 300. And then the guesstimate range is usually like 500 to 600 max, depending on the player. Anything beyond that, no way. Thanks, Gondor. I appreciate it. . Yeah, so he survived. It's Pingus. Smart call to make, though, as soon as he got shot down, bail out, because if he tries to land it, then he's SOL. If Blue 4 can get AT on one or both of these IFVs and re-assault this position as these guys just hold out, this could be a GG. This could absolutely be the GG play right here. And these are some of the elite guys here. It's NASA's group. So these guys are some of the top players in OFCRA here. If they can make this work, if they can just focus on 18 the IFVs and get total control of this AO with their 2 IFVs, basically allowed to snipe whatever infantry they want, you saw how effective it was. Even when it was mismanaged a bit, they were still able to take out most of an infantry squad with an IFV when the IFV wasn't molested. So this could be game-changing. But I do love Blue 4's choice of basically sending an air assault squad over here. This is a two-way streak, though. The 3-man garrison here has to survive. But if explosive charges are put in this building, they blow it up, they're SOL. They're not going off. Oh, these are Hunt IR. GL goes in, that takes someone out. Looks like they've been noticed. Wombat gets a beautiful noob tube. Infantry squad coming up. Op4's Ridge team is pulling back. NASA spots them. Op4 on the high ground. They just need to toss grenades below. Yep. These guys' attention are split up. Some of them are looking down at Parthius. NASA, though, gets flanked. IFB starts firing. Where's that AT? It's going to be up to Zixme then, because I think the AT... Oh, no, hold on. There we go. 2 of the AT guys are coming around, but that IFB is pulling away. That's splitting the squad's attention, allowing Op4 to potentially defeat them in detail, even though it's a bigger force. IFB doing the smart thing and trying to get distance, knowing that infantry are close by and probably have AT. That's going to allow for Blue 4 to push their forces up to try to do Overwatch, but the garrison force here has fallen. Yeah, IFB's completely repositioning these guys. I mean, send one AT guy to continue, but that's all you pretty much need. Now that they're force split, and Op4, we do see potentially more reinforcements coming over to this area. Milan group for Op4 also still driving around, trying to find additional positions to hit with AT. I see one of the IFVs was taken out. By that vehicle group. Kind of surprised with that because this vehicle definitely took a lot of hits, but it doesn't appear damaged. Ivno is kind of hiding here. You've got Pingus, the pilot, was coming up. He gets gunned down. If Ivno were to come up behind these 3 guys, he does have the auto rifle. That's a mini-me. AKA a 249. He could get at least 2 or 3 kills here. Looks like one of the Op4 guys even crashed. But he would need... I mean, they desperately need that support to come in if they have any shot of actually surviving here. What's curious is OFCRA's already leaving this position. They still need to keep at least like a squad or two on it to capture it. But I think they're confident that no one's going to come and take it. So I think someone's just going to run down and tap it at the 70, technically 78-minute mark right there. But Blue 4 is going to start maneuvering everything in a bit of time. So we need to start seeing some OPFOR ambushes getting set up. Because if they don't, then... oh, well. It's just going to allow for more Blue 4 to get in here, but, I mean, if OPFOR have the autocannon superiority, then it's another GG. What happened to the other autocannon? They're potentially abandoning it. The gun's still online. Maybe it's stuck, and they just can't seem to repair it. So OPFOR could have autocannon superiority here. That's a kill. All right, Hypno's coming in. It's a little late, but at least able to get one in the back. OPFOR now down below, sweeping for infantry. He gets the second kill. Tries firing on Willie. Demiver, here's the gunshots, turns around. Perfect timing there. Herzog now trying to check out what's going on. He's now getting shot in the back of the head. Demiver comes in. Gets him. Zixme got knocked out. That's funny as hell. You know, I'm going to say this. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have to. I no longer consider Zixme a top player. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know if the hatred that fueled your amazing top plays a year or two ago is still there, but I don't think... I think he needs to retire. I think he's waned. I think it's GG for his career. He'll just be forever in normalcy. And I really hope he proves me wrong, but he's on 0 kills. It's the same amount of bitches as he gets. It's nil. It's zip. It's nada. Adriano, meanwhile, every time I actually see him come into PvP these days, he does rack up like 20-ish kills. That's what we see in war games in FNF, for example. He just slaps. So, Adriano, still a top player. Always will be a top player. Always puts up or shut up. Zixme, I'm just worried he's waned. I'm sorry to say. Legas Spalia won. 'Tis the truth. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the plan was with these guys. They knew there was an IFE over here. So why charge it when you know it's on a ridge and it can potentially have... Actually, no, you knew there were infantry up here because you shot at them. So why are you pulling this close to a group of infantry that you know probably have AT? Like, there's a lot of weird questions you have to ask on something like this. If you just stuck over here and overwatched your force, but with that one mistake and then this vehicle left in the open, the question becomes, oh, you missed! Wait, Cuboid? Parthius? Who's got a stick? Cuboid has a stick. That's a tough shot to make. Don't rush it. Yep. Time it. Fire. What? Second shot goes in and hits it by somebody. Did Zixme just make up for it? Yes, he did. Okay. All right. So if I talk shit about Zixme, he does better. Zixme is the worst Arma 3 player ever. Yeah. See, we got to use reverse psychology on him. But that is weird how That one took 1 AT hit. But, no. It has to be a positioning thing because Blue 4 was striking both of those IFEs. Weird. Caster complimenting instead of caster cursing. Ivno takes a GL. Blue 4 in the counterattack here. Op4 attempting to send some squads in to see if they can harass that position. Interesting calls. But the cash-in is in 2 minutes, so it's not going to do much. Because Blue 4 already has the number advantage back in this AO. I'm really survive, Parthia. Survive. Caster curse. Anyway. Literally turned the corner. And he's... Look, again, sometimes I gotta, I gotta be like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Gotta flex like 1% of that power, alright? Just to keep y'all guessing. Cuboid. That's, yeah, he's dead to rights there. He's completely flanked in the open. Chimera, I think he... Okay, no, he's shooting at the guys down here. Yeah, he got one of those 2 bodies that somebody just dropped. But now they're being flanked by Solomon. Does he have an ACOG on a Barrett 50? What were you smoking? Oh, this is the vehicle crew. Sam, please punish this man for his hubris. What the fuck are you checking your inventory for? You're holding your inventory. I get why. Maybe he was checking for grenades. He does have one selected. In this situation, if you're fighting more than one dude, you need to open up with a grenade because you are not going to line up a second shot. Oh, well, I cast a curse 6 me. There he goes. Maybe the Polish finally got to him. Bro, you have the one-tap wonder. You have a literal one-tap wonder, okay? Please. You have Chimera dead to rights. Yes. Yes. Now there's Sam. There's Sam, right in front of you. Yes. Double tap. Come on, I see this in, what's that game called? Counter-Strike, right? With the, what is it, LPW? What's the bolt action? You know, where when you're playing the game with a friend, you use your naive friend to do AWP, that's it. You send him first so he baits it out so you can then kill the sniper while he reloads. Okay. Hold up. He's going to look at his buddy. No, that's even smarter. That was actually a very smart play. Okay, Solomon, you gotta hit him with the gun, okay? Use the red dot. Don't put that weapon away, you coward. Red dot him with the 50 cal. Oh my god. That's what I love to see, though. It's like, yeah, let me just put an ACOG on a sniper for funsies. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Isn't Star Wars Outlaws the one that came out, like, what, a year and a half ago, and it was absolutely a mess? I wonder how much mechanics they fix out of it. Because I'm going to be honest, video games that come out in absolutely broken states, if it's still given love and affection and fixes, it can be repaired into something amazing. Just look at No Man's Sky. That came out as an absolute middle finger to everyone that believed in it, but the dev team then took that feedback and actually fixed the game. And now I've heard nothing but positive things about it. Now, I'm going to be honest, anything tied to Disney, I just automatically apply it to end shitification, but hey, you know, maybe someone's trying. But still has problems, fair. You have to understand, Disney... No! Okay, Zixme found our poor sniper friend there. Oh, well. Good follow-up grenade, though. That would have definitely... rolled away, baby. Right idea. So now OFCRA Command is the only one in here. There's not really anything else coming in. We do have a Milan... Oh, 2 Milan groups are looking at each other. This should be interesting. There's one knock. Audreyship getting flanked. Alright, Blue 4 gets the first one. Notifications broke, it looks like. That's fine. I was about to say, he has you from 340 meters away, dead to rights. He's probably prone. You've already been hit, so you have weapon sway. There is no way you're making that shot. But at the same time, look at where he is. That's the only play he could do, and just pray he got lucky with a headshot. Lolo's coming up here. He just needs to get a grenade right over the hill. And the fucking ridge at this point. There it is. Little too much. Nobody's home. Yeah. Oh, and he gets double tapped by his own guys too. Yay! Man, if only Lolo was like, you know, maybe in the same squad as these guys, maybe they would have Oh, he is their squad leader? Oh, then skill issue. Here's the thing, the PID isn't even that bad. You've got light-skinned uniforms and dark-skinned uniforms. It's not like they're both dark. If I hear any bullshit about Miss PID, I'm just gonna be honest. Skill issue. Skill issue. Like, I hate to backseat players. You know me, I am always on the side of the player base when it comes to spectacle, that's not the word. Oh my gosh, speculation. That's it. I am always on the side of the players. But I'm going to be honest. You have literally dark uniforms versus bright uniforms. Like, there is no Miss PID here. It's okay. Shoot the things that are opposite of you. If you need to know, here's what you do. Here's what you do. You look at your hands and you see, oh my gosh, I have light-skinned, or I have tan or black gloves. These tan or black gloves mean everyone on my side, if I have black gloves, I don't shoot the... I don't think I should say that one. Because again, Twitch has AI that screen things, so I shouldn't probably say I should shoot the black ones. Right? I feel like maybe we should limit saying things like that for the sake of the Twitch AI algorithm. You know what I mean. But my point is, there's no way in fucking hell you're Miss PID. And anyone that claims that PID was too difficult in this map, skill issue. You are coping and seething. Skill issue. And he said it too late now? Yeah, I know. I know what I can get away with on this platform. I know what I can't, so. Jamera gets blown away. Oop. Sorry, boop the mic. I gave you a little clicky-clicky in your ear. Anyway, OPFOR's Milan team totally annihilated. OPFOR down to a few guys here. Blue 4 pulling everything out. Numbers-wise, Blue 4 have the numbers advantage. It's really just up to Roofy or Z to somehow get a multi-kill. Okay, no, T woke back up. T's on 3 kills. Let's see if T can continue the kill streak. Okay, no, that was an OPFOR guy. Because, again, different uniform. Wow. Here's the thing, though. If both of the uniforms were... how would I word this? If it wasn't the desert uniform, if it was literally any other uniform other than the desert uniform or the winter uniform, if it was any slightly dark shade, I would be a complete 180 on this. I'd say, no, this is stupid. You're making PID difficult, and even though I love PID fights, most players complain because they just like to shoot their guns. You know? But no, this is the perfect balance of PID. It gives OPFOR, I'll be honest, a slight disadvantage because it's easier to spot them compared to Blue 4. But at the same time, this AO is literally long-range ridge fighting because they have magnified optics. So if you're doing the right thing, going up on a ridge, staying sneaky and just surveying your surroundings and doing things properly, it really does negate that issue. And even then, we saw an OPFOR squad literally get, like, mostly up a ridge and half of their squad survived when they all should have been dead to freaking rights. So it doesn't matter that much. Anyone that complains about PID in this mission, Chad, I'll let you say it. Skill issue. Feel free to type it. It's rare where I defend what chat says, but 100% in the right with them in this one. I do love that they built a second climbing way here, because this spot is notoriously bullshit to fight. So they added this stairwell system on the outside, because otherwise what people will do is they'll camp this room because you can't throw grenades through this little hatch. So instead, just get them up here, and then you can throw a grenade into that room from out here, and then you're fine. Completely agree with whoever decided on this. This is the smart thing to do. Hell yeah. And with this, I'm going to be honest, I'm calling GG. Charlie's at 2. We have one squad here. It's a machine gun team, a second machine gun team, and then Bravo has a handful of people left. I saw Twig King over here, but he died. Oh, okay, so he came into this AO with everybody. He came in from the rear. That was that second wave of forces that came in. They're going to hold that position for another 10 minutes, and then they're going to have 20 minutes to get into this AO. That's going to be 2 minutes to mount. Three kilometers to drive, so that's another 6 minutes to drive. They're going to do a far dismount, because if they drive right in, they're dead. Maybe they could do a dismount over here, so that's going to be, you know, about a 6-minute drive then. So that's 8 minutes, and then they have 12 to rush in and take this zone. Roofy just got killed off. OPFOR Ground Command is also dead. Yeah, he left the server, but what Blue 4 is going to do is they're going to potentially... They're going to fill this AO. They're going to have guys on these close ridges. They might have a group over here, but they have sufficient infantry to hold this position. OPFOR are only going to get... If, let's say, OPFOR best case, they dismount over here, and then this is still going to be another 2 minutes of maneuvering. That gives them 10 minutes to kill the entire garrison, to dodge the Overwatch, to be pinned down by the Overwatch. No. GG. GG. And the only other option OPFOR has is to start sending forces early. But there's no OPFOR ground command to coordinate that. What happened to the Milans against Stryker? It looked like one of them may have hit, but unless the crewman could fully repair their vehicle, that was the same IFE that then took 2 AT4s. So I think it hit a tree. I know the first round whiffed. The second round missed. But I know there was another Milan on the Blue 4 side that got taken out, but both OP4 Milans got taken out by AT4s. The one OP4 one, I don't know, but I know the other one took IFE fire and they ended up abandoning it. Maybe they ran out of ammo. But hard to say. But there's still technically 27 minutes, but... And Blue 4 have a few more forces they can deploy. Yeah, so 6 people. In addition to what they have in this AO, they got a 4-man Milan team. I'm just looking at the roster here. A group, a group, a group, group. Half a group. And then those 2. But look at OP4. Group, 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 group. Hell, let's just count them. 16 on OP4. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 16 to 25. That is a 9-player number advantage, and the defenders have the number advantage. GG. GG. You guys have any thoughts on this? Because that's it. That's pretty much it. All we're going to see at the end of this game is OP4 rush in and pretty much get killed. I genuinely don't see... The only 1% chance of success I see in OP4 doing this is if they get in a vehicle, they rush in, they get a great dismount, they get everyone in this building, and they take minimal casualties to the point that they have the number advantage in the capture zone itself, and then they still get the points. Because Blue 4 did use up a lot of their AT4s on the vehicles, but we still have some people in here with these AT4s. As soon as that vehicle slows down, no. No, there's too many Blue 4 AT4s to stop them, essentially. There is technically always a chance, but... Nah. You're not allowed to kamikaze with vehicles, but I like the attitude. All right, again, I am not going to be here tomorrow. There will be no FNF, there will be no OP, and there will be no DayZ. I'm going to be spending all day with Bloodwing because of various IRL things, but going to take her to an all-day spa and then go see the FNAF movie. But speaking of, I need to let people know. I really hate Discord Mobile. There's an update they put out, I want to say 7 or 8 months ago, where now if I search someone's name, instead of looking in my friends list by default or people that I often talk to, it literally searches everyone by that name. And it does not put up the person I actually want to fucking talk to. So if someone has an awkward name, I can't find them on mobile anymore. And it fucking pisses me off. All right, that's Dream. That's Curie. Because I always forget how to spell Zero Razor's name. Because I'm autistic like that. Funny, if I put X, though, his name automatically comes up. That's nice. All right, that's all of them messaged. Cool. Here's what I'm going to do for you guys. If we go 5 minutes and I don't see them at least past this corner, it's GG. This two-man team... No way. I want to see maybe OFCRA... Oh, they're all shooting at the vehicle. That's cute. Ah, they also have MRAPs, which are even slower than usual. It's funny, if the helicopter actually just does these lawn orbitals here and drains all of OFCRA's ammo. How about that? Just gonna do orbitals to mess with them. Huh? I fucking spit out my water all over my keyboard. The helicopter flew in and sniped the objective, guys. Woo! God damn it. Alright, well, they've mounted up quick enough. Let's see where they dismount. But again, just look at Blue Force solid defense. As I said, there'd probably be some guys on the far Overwatch, a few guys on close Overwatch. They're already exchanging rounds with the two that came forward, and then they've got a pretty nice defensive group in the middle. Alright, well, they passed the corner, so... You know, I gotta give it to them. They only did that in 2 minutes. I thought it would take 2 minutes for them to actually mount up and go, but We can actually see down here, some of them had to go in the MRAP, and that's much slower. So they've got those quick scouting vehicles, which have helped them move out, but it's also separating them out a bit more. So we did a 16-unit count there. So what, there were 3 people here? So there's 11 players here, 2 there, and 3 there. So they're going to be even more divided. Now, Blue 4, I mean, they've got a few guys on the far dismount over here, but if Op4 just dismounts early, they're going to start pinning them down early. I don't see it. Yep, helicopters also got them dialed in, so Blue 4 knows exactly where they're coming in from. Like, there's just no way. So 6 people in the first vehicle. If they dismount too close, they're going to get immediately annihilated by these support elements. They dismount too far, they won't have the time to get to the actual objective. Kind of see where they're going, though. They're going to try to get on the northern ridges, but they have no reconnaissance here, so they're just guessing. For all they know, they could drive right up to a Blue 4 garrison and get taken out. But if they dismount too far, then they potentially have open kill zones to worry about. But they might have some map knowledge to know that they can just go through these forested areas. But let's get a measurement real quick. We're on Shay. They dismounted a little under a kilometer from the objective. That is going to be roughly an 8-minute walk. Not with enemy suppressive fire on them. With suppressive fire, that would give them 4 or 5 minutes to get into the actual objective. The really funny thing is Blue 4 is completely abandoning the objective, so if Op4 were to actually sneak forces around and get 1 foot in the objective, they would technically win, which means I can't say GG automatically here, because now there's actually more than a less than 1% chance. Because Blue 4 might throw this if they just sneak in. This is such a bad fallacy, though, to pull all of the infantry out of the objective because you think it's the last force. Meanwhile, yep, they're out of the game. I love how they're getting pinned and what they want to do is shoot at the helicopter. Like, that's the least of your concerns right now. I see what NASA did. He teleported these 3 up so they would be able to play because they didn't. He's giving them a mulligan. Whenever NASA does something like that, it means he doesn't think Op4 is going to win. He's just letting them play the game, and I agree with that call. Let them play, but that is the admin showing me who's going to win this fight. So now I can confidently say, GG, Blue 4 victory. Did you hit the tree? You hit the... Where will you be when those blue 4 trees strike, man? The tree knew exactly what it did. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, you got 3 more OPFOR coming in. Realistically, if they were to kill Drapper Hard, come around, there's like a 1 in 20,000 chance that OPFOR are able to get them in. But that would then be contested, though, because NASA teleported them up. Even the helicopter's just illuminating them. They're spotted. This is the most important fight, because this is the only one that OPFOR has a chance to actually win the game. Because this is just long-range bully. Less than 10 minutes. OPFOR won the first fight. Now, can they transition to get to the second spot? Because all of Blue 4 left the zone. And only 2 people are potentially turning around. If OPFOR get 2 people in the zone compared to Blue 4 having 1, the odds are shifting a bit more now. Hold on. 8.5 minutes left. Nigel's even landed. The issue is this group has been mostly wiped out. So Blue 4 are eventually just going to turn around. OPFOR just lost a guy. It's now 2v2. 2v1. If Oddball can get the kill on Grills and take the vehicle and then hold up. That's still enough time for Blue 4 to turn around, though. But this has to be timed properly, though. If OPFOR do it too early and take the zone, then Blue 4 are just going to turn around and retake it. It's not GG yet, because as long as OPFOR have 2 people and they can get into the final zone, they could steal this vehicle and then just drive in. They might not, though, because they might think it's fortified. Oh my fucking god. It's gonna take them, what, 30 seconds to bandage? And then they just drive down with the vehicle. My only criticism is NASA shouldn't have teleported them at a different angle. NASA should have put them with where the other forces were because that's where they were driving to. But in past events like these, I just go with what the final scoreboard says, because at the end of the day, it is up to the admins of the PvP communities to run their communities how they want. What's scaring me, though, is the bit of separation I'm seeing right here. Here's the thing. If OFCRA get 2 people in this zone, and they just hide in a corner and Blue 4 doesn't put any more forces in, it would technically be an OFCRA victory. Depso has to kill at least one of them. Actually, no, he has to kill both of them, because if one person is in the zone on one side, one person in the zone for the other side, it negates the zone and it turns into a tie game, and I refund everybody's points. Points should be refunded because it's a bit dirty. I agree, but I am not the admin in charge. I solely base the predictions off of the game score. Fucking hubris, Depso. Will oddball double tap. Killer J, please, please, please. You have AT. Look up. Look up. 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 AT. Yes. Yes. No. Tail him. The grenade got him, though. All right, they've alerted the Horde. There are 4.5 minutes. Is he gonna clutch? All of our faith is in the Joker card here. He desync slides into Killer J! Wait a minute! Alright. Zixme's put on his lag switch. Wait a minute, Zixme might just save this with bullshit. Killer J slid out of the zone. He is drowning. He's probably dead. No, he wakes up. Someone snipe this man. That's GG. Alright guys, we'll be back in 3 hours for POG. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. I just want to point out something. If that was done 2.5 minutes later, Blue 4 would not have had the time to turn forces around and retake it. So there was a window where OPFOR could have technically won that. And that was the scary thing. You know where they could have not had that 2-minute window, though? If they didn't take the vehicle up, if they just walked, that would have eaten up the 2.5 minutes for then OPFOR to kill Depso, put forces in the zone, and not given Blue 4 any time to fold back in. Food for thought. Food for thought. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.